So good evening, everybody. Welcome back again to another live show of PD's Football live show on the channel. We've got lots more to discuss. So the game against Spurs tomorrow. We'll also give a mention about the women who played last night and are in action tomorrow as well. We'll check out on today's football results in there as well. And guess what else we've got to show as well? Some more food pictures as well. Much to Chippers discuss. It was waiting in the background already. It's like, wow. We'll just rattle through some comments quickly and we'll get the guys in. True's good evening. Hope you're well. Gary, everyone hope you're well as well. Gary, Pete, big up. What up here, bro? Cruzy's in the house, are you, bro? Oh, Joe Litton's already in there as well. We've got two guests in, so we'll get them in. We've got Alex and we've got Chippers. How you doing, folks?
Evening.
All right, good.
Yep. So, guys, game against Spurs tomorrow. What's your feelings going into the game?
Quietly confident.
After the results today, I think if we get a draw, it's a good result considering the teams below haven't won.
Yep, that's right. Of course, Norwich 0-0 draw at Brighton, Liverpool beat Watford, and of course Manchester City beating Burnley as well. So, I mean, we have got an opportunity. I mean, we've been away in Dubai. We've had the international break. Hopefully, we're just recharged and all ready to go for Sunday.
Yeah, fingers crossed because they've got a good midfield. So hopefully, our players that were tired were our midfielders mainly. So, and Fraser's always tired. So as long as the midfield have got their fitness back, we're going to need that. So we need Kraft to keep putting in somewhat reasonable performances as well, because we know what he's like. If he goes back to his former self, we'll get thumped 3 or 4-0. So we need him to keep being steady as he has been.
Do you think he is going to go with Kraft, Alex?
Yeah, I think so. I think that he played okay for Sweden the other day, and that Manquillo's sub-appearance was...
What he did,
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I see the skill what he did.
Sweden, but that was interesting.
I just have that concern. Him up against Son.
I agree completely. I have exactly the same concerns. I just think he'll play. I just think Kraft will play because he seems to have, when it's been 50-50, he's gone with Kraft. And now it's more in Kraft's favour if you think about fitness and, because Manquillo's sub-appearance wasn't great, unfortunately, so that's not done him any favours.
No, it hasn't. I just think it should be Manquillo, who's the better, in terms of defending, is the better one. But we'll wait and see. Do you think he's going to stick with a 4-3-3? I have no reason why to change it. I think this formation's worked. They're up against Spurs, who've been a bit of a funny side this season as well. They've had some good results, but they've also had some really poor results as well. So, but we're still unbeaten at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well. So,
yeah, formation, I don't know. I mean, West Ham just lost to them 3-1, and they tried to copy Spurs' formation. They matched it with wingers, with wing backs, sorry, and it didn't work. So I'm a little bit reluctant for us to do the same thing because we've only tried that once or twice this season with Howe. So, And if we went with wing backs,
I think you might do what we did at Chelsea. Personally, I think something similar to that might just backfire.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he might. Just for the fact of Kane and Son, that's all. It's if we go too open against them, I think they'll punish. Well, that's the problem, and I think he'll be a bit more conservative, wary of them, and I think he'll play the cells Shaw and Burn because if Shaw isn't 100%, I think he'll play the 3.
Could do. I mean, but we'll wait and see. I mean, Fabian Schär is all right. Of course, he did pull out of international duty, but he's fine. He's been training this week. The same with Martin Dubravka over the whole illness. It was he's had tonsillitis apparently, so wasn't anything too serious, which is good. But he's been back training, so of course you'll expect him to stay in goal tomorrow. Definitely, the midfield three is going to be. I would say the midfield's going to be interesting. We have got Shelvey back. as well. Do you think he's going to throw him straight back in the side?
Possibly. It depends if he's going to use Lascelles or not. I think he wants leaders on the pitch. So if there's no, what are we going to have? No Lascelles and no Shelvey? Who's the leader then? Burn. Is that it? Burn and the keeper, maybe Burn and Dubravka. So I feel like he's going to play either Lascelles or Shelvey. One of them has to be in the starting 11, just for leadership qualities alone. I think he'll pick one. I'd like to see Shelvey back in because I want to see a double pivot of Bruno and Shelvey. So
I think we've missed Shelvey's creativity in a way with the past 2 games he's missed when he did play against Chelsea and also Everton as well. I think we did miss that creativity because anyhow, is managed to get the best out of him again for doing that, which is good. So, Chimmers, do you will put Shelvey straight back in as well?
I can see Bruno, Joe Linton, and Shelvey midfield just for like
protection. That's what I've gone with from my predicted lineup. I think he might give Joe Willock a rest this time.
Mm-hmm. I think Willock might be better tomorrow coming off the bench with tired legs, depending on what the score is, and he might have more of an impact then. And I think it's a case of what he'll do with Joe Linton and Bruno is he'll try and tire their midfield out by physicality, I suppose, for the Joe Linton side, then Bruno for the footballing aspect of it. And then I think you've also got Shelvey who'll just play that quarterback role, as Will keeps saying, where he'll just be looking to ping passes, and you would like to think maybe Wood has got a bit more confidence because I know he scored against Egan, spoon and egg away. Let's be honest, they're not great opposition, but you can only score who you can play against. So it might give him a bit of confidence to do a bit more with the ball. And I think Dyer might give him a bit more space, considering he's not a centre back really, is he? He's a defensive midfielder. So hopefully, if ASM starts as well and Fraser on the right, you'd like to think ASM will not be as selfish by actually crossing the ball and giving them some actual service, because that's, we're going to all have a go at Wood and all that, but in a lot of games, that's only been recently where he's had service. These first few games, it's like he wasn't on the pitch because he had no service. But hey ho, I think to me it's a case of we can't have a meltdown if we lose, because not many teams will go to Spurs and win. I mean, I know Southampton have and Wolves have recently, but they're good sides. They're not like mugs. So I think at the end of the day, there's every chance that even if we lose, I think the players will still put in a performance as opposed to going there heads bowed. What we did under the previous regime, where we'll go there, concede first, and then that's the game pretty much done with, because you knew we weren't coming back from it. I mean, we only came back from it last season because we got a spawny penalty. So
I remember that.
I think it's a case of if we lose, we lose. Don't go overboard over it. I know it'll be 3 defeats in a row and all that, but we've got 3. We've still got, after this, we've still got 6 away. Was it 6 out? Was it 5 away 8 games are at home still after this? So let's not think we're going down or something. Like, I've seen people today on Twitter say, "Oh, we're definitely not safe because Brentford have won now." And I'm thinking, our job, how was Broen to finish 4th bottom to keep us up at the best? So if we finish 4th bottom, we finish 4th bottom. As long as we stay up, I couldn't give a shit where we finish.
Yeah, so, I mean, considering the start we had the season, no winning 14 games.
Aye.
As well.
How many points were you forfeited in them 13 games before we won a game? There's how many 39 points or something there already gone. So people can say what they want, you know.
I mean, I don't care where we finish. I do care when we finish, though. I want us to be safe sooner rather than later, so we can start setting up the summer.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. I think I would say, how many wins do you think we are away from guaranteed safety?
2, I think 2.
2, yeah. That's not a bad shout.
That'd put us on 37. Yeah, we'd be really there's no way there's going to be 37 from the 18th place team. I can't see it.
No, neither can
I can't say the 3 teams in the bottom 3 winning like 6 of their 10 games to stay up. I can't say that happened on 5 of their 10 because they've won 5 games in 30 or whatever. So I cannot see. I mean, even Everton, I cannot see them winning half of their games because they're against the top 6. The majority of their games are against the top 10 sides.
They've got a rotten run of fixtures, haven't they?
I think apart from is it Norwich they've got in one of them, or is it Burnley? Apart from that, every other team they play is almost the top 10 is what it is now. And I can't see them picking up much more points. So obviously if we finish above Everton, we're going to stay up. So
but Burnley would need to get 37 points. Burnley need to get 16 more points from 9 matches.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it?
Hard. That's great. That's a point and a half per game for a Burnley team. That's hard for them to sustain.
Wins.
And we got to play them as well. So we could, even if they do keep winning, we still got to play them last day of the season. So we keep it in our control, really.
Julian says, PD, there is a football club called Chipper United.
Actually, there is. There is. I think it's in Australia. Right?
Wow.
I looked it up on Wikipedia. Right?
Well, there you are. Cheers has got a name. Hopefully we do a Brentford, but it'll be highly unlikely. I mean, tell you what, that was a cracking result for them today. 4-1 win at Chelsea. I mean, who expected that one? Christian Eriksen scores.
Well, one thing I will say is, though, I have been watching Chelsea recently, and even when we played them, there has been signs of something like this happening because they have been given, I mean, even they were so lucky against us, weren't they? I think, it's a case of their looks ran out eventually and the team was going to capitalise, and I think we just didn't capitalise on the chances we had. And then, of course, that VAR flipping with Chelsea colours on, and the referee was a Chelsea player as well, so...
yes.
But I think, obviously, Eriksen's had a massive impact on them, as you can tell, so... But hey-ho.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think I see the highlights of that one, and that was just to see it when he scored that goal. You could see how much that meant to him. To be fair, after being out of the game for a very long time, as well, definitely. So he could be absolutely proud of himself for that. Definitely. So, go back to Spurs. I hear the fan base is planning to do a protest against our ownership for the game tomorrow, which I just find absolutely pathetic and just sad, really, because it's not going to get them anywhere, is it?
Doesn't really make any sense. There's
exactly
controversy.
We've got to take over. It kind of turn the clock back. It's done.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's controversial issues connected to half the clubs in the Premier League. So, some consistency would be nice instead of the bias and targeted hate towards us as a fan base and the owners, because half the club owners in the league have got skeletons or controversies in theory, or allegedly. So it's just weird. I'd rather focus on the football from a fan perspective. I don't know why they've got to mess about with that.
Well, Daniel Levy didn't want our takeover to go through, and I can't stand that bloke anyways as well.
It's because PIF didn't want to buy them. They offered themselves to PIF, and PIF said no, we're going to buy Newcastle.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Just jealousy, pure jealousy.
I think they're one of those fringe teams that's a little bit scared of us as well.
Yeah,
like Liverpool and City haven't got to worry about us for quite a while yet. And even if we do become a world force, trying to beat City is still going to be ridiculously difficult every season. You're looking at people getting 100-point seasons. So even if we're incredible, we might not win the league because the two at the top are so good. Whereas teams like Spurs, on the other hand, it's just a matter of time before we can try and consistently finish above them. So they're in that little group where they're scared of the next 3 to 5 years, aren't they?
Absolutely, because
the likes of Spurs, Arsenal. I mean, you don't know what future Chelsea's going to have with whoever takes them over because we don't know how this billionaire is going to be who's taking over. It could be a Mike Ashley type billionaire. We don't know. They could, in the summer they could have a flash sale of players because their billionaire might not be all he cracks up to be, and they could literally just start plummeting. I mean, I know Tuchel's come out and said, "Oh, I'm not leaving Alice," but honestly, if he has known her like what Mike Ashley was to us, he'll be gone. He'll be whacking that door in the summer. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a deadline. Is it the 18th that they've got to try and get this takeover sorted for Chelsea? Or
no
that's it?
idea.
I haven't looked. I was more laughing at the score and the highlights of the Brentford game than the news.
Exactly.
But Brentford deserved that. To be fair, I credited Brentford quite a lot when we played against them. I thought the red card ruined the game to a degree. It was nice for us to get the win, but there were a few times early on when they got in behind on our flanks where Target gets pushed too high up. They look like they have a plan, they have a structure, they just didn't have the quality. And now they've got some. Now Tony's back every game and Eriksen's playing. They look better.
They do, yeah.
It's lucky that they got their points early because now they can just try and play some football and see if they can create something for next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
They look all right, to be fair. They don't look.
They
They
do,
look
eh?
better than Norwich. They look better than Watford. They probably deserve to be in the division, to be fair. When you look at the teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way they got their promotion by the playoffs, the way they managed to beat Swansea in the playoffs as well was absolutely brilliant. They have if they finish round about that area, I think that's a good season for them.
Yeah, I mean they might finish above us. You never know. We've got some hard games coming up. So with Arsenal, City, Liverpool, we've got Spurs tomorrow. Even if we play well, we might not pick up many points. So
yeah. Well, he says, I think our 2 defeats, albeit the Chelsea result was us being robbed, I think it's knocked us back down to reality. I hope tomorrow is the start of a longer unbeaten streak. We've got some really horrible fixtures as well this month as well. We've still got to play Liverpool at home. We don't know, the race might not be over yet. We've still got to play Man City away, and we just never get anything out of that.
You know what? We'll bring it on because the pressure is going to be on Man City and Liverpool in them games. There's going to be nothing on us because everyone's writing us off. You know what? Tomorrow's exactly the same. But I've got my head saying we'll get a point. I've got my heart saying we'll get a point. I've got my head saying, well, Kane and Son will probably we'll lose the game. But you know what?
Yeah.
Like I said, we've got 31 points on the board. Like I said, we've got 9 games for a chance to win 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. Evening, Matthew. Hope you're well. Joe Linton says if we go 4-3-3, Wood can't go against 2 centre backs, never mind 3. So he said, so play Dwight Gale.
What?
Well, there was a little bit of a rumour that Eddie Howe might make a late call on whether to start both Wood and Bruno because they've been on international duty, so they've been quite far away.
I'm sorry, right? But if you're going to not play Chris Wood and you're going to play Dwight Gale, who, I'm not being funny, a bloke who's half the size of Eric Dyer and the other centre-backs, what is he going to do? I'm sorry, but he's not going to win any headers. He's not going to... I'm sorry, but you just... Nah, I know Chris Wood isn't all that, but I'd rather have him up there than Dwight Gale, and I'm not being funny, but I just...
Yeah. I mean,
we're going to mess around with 2 strikers. I'd rather Joe Linton come back into the equation as a deeper false 9 or something compared to Gale.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yeah,
because then we could put Willock on the pitch, and Joe Linton could, in theory, try and drop deeper. And
he could do, but I can't see. I don't know if I can see Gale get another start throughout the rest of the season. You'd be lucky to possibly to get a few minutes, but that's it. Really, now with a minute.
His interview scares me. His interview said, he's going to get his chances. He's impressed me. He's one of the best finishers I've ever seen. He was saying all this in his interview, so it does make me worried he's going to get a start.
The thing is, I will counteract that by saying Steve Bruce said I wanted to sign him every club I've been to, and he never played him when he was here.
No. It's someone's sake. Emil Crufts in the house as well. Gale won't play. He'll definitely not start the game. Cruzy currently eating 18 sprouts with me dinner. I reckon I will be that tomorrow. Right.
God,
I'll give you a little story about this. Every time we usually go to a women's game, we usually go to this place called Weechy around the corner. They do like a carvery, and my friend Cruzy there, he once packed so many sprouts on his plate one time during his Sunday. Which is well, I'll be tomorrow as well, while the women are playing as well. So yeah, I'm starting up front. According to Emil Kraft, will go. Emil,
I don't think Eddie Howe's that stupid.
Oh, Emil, I hope you do. Can't be playing that dog shit wood. Yeah, Matthew thinks Shelby will come straight back in. I think he will. I think his creativity has been a massive miss. He says, me and Chris are swapping positions tomorrow. Oh, God.
I don't fancy Chris with a right back, unfortunately.
I've just seen you put something in the thing here, Alex. ASM shot created actions per 94 point.
Yeah, it's not formatted right. It was just about the ASM crossing thing earlier. He does average just over 2 crosses a game, and Fraser averages 3.7. So it's not too dissimilar. But ASM gets more shot creating actions per 90. So if you look at their contribution stat wise, it's kind of similar. It's not really much difference.
Yeah.
And 1 additional cross per game isn't insanely more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think ASM to me now has to come back at the start lineup. I think if you want to get at Spurs defense, because they can be very vulnerable at the back, he could cause them problems. I mean, Eric Dyer is terrible for starters. That Emerson Royal has been shocking all season. I can believe Spurs paid a lot of amount of money for him, and he looks abysmal.
Yeah, there's a few that have been a bit. I mean, that's why they're playing a back three. I don't think Conte's playing that formation just because he loves it. We know he loves a back five or wing backs, but I think that's also out of necessity because they don't have the personnel.
Yeah.
And yeah, the centre backs are. I mean, it's a good positional switch. Dyer to centre back. He looks better with less responsibility and more help, but he's still capable of putting it in his own net as he did at St James's Park. So, and yeah, Emerson Royale's been shaky.
Yeah,
their fullbacks have been a little hot and cold. Definitely something to be had out there.
Maybe it's just what the fuck is this chat? We've always getting things like Joe Linton and Emil Kraft. Just make sure it's not like the Horseman Show, okay? Well, maybe thinks 4 more points and we'll be safe. We'll put one to maybe 35. I mean, a lot of people would like to still hit that 40-point mark to make sure that is normally the safety, the safety area in the 40-point mark. But you never know. I mean, we've still got some games winnable. I mean, I think Wolves could be winnable. It told me even though they won the day 2-1 against Villa.
Yeah, I watched that. That was an interesting game. Wolves actually looked really good. A little bit concerned about that.
Norwich away, we've got Brentford away. I mean, Burnley away, sorry.
Final game of the season. Norwich, I mean, I think we could possibly end a losing streak there. You never know. They might be relegated by the time when we go down there, or just about to be.
Yeah.
So we haven't won there since 1994, I believe it was. I mean, because the last few games have been down there, I think we've lost or drawn.
I am quietly confident we could get something against Liverpool or City as well. Because I think by that time, I think we'll have Trippier and Wilson back. And they will be, if they're still in the title race and they're both still in the Champions League, that could play in our favour. We could play a back five. We can be really calm. We've got Trippier and Wilson back in the team. It's theirs to lose. Like, we just go out and play both of those matches.
Yeah,
we got a much better chance than I thought we did a couple of months ago in those fixtures. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I've heard the latest on Trippier is he is about to have another scan to check that he's to double check his foot's okay, and if everything's fine, he could be back in the squad a hell of a lot more earlier. I know, going back to Callum Wilson, I mean, I know Luke Edwards think that Callum Wilson might not make the season again, but I'm taking that with a pinch of salt because it's Luke Edwards, and 9 times out of 10, he talks absolute crap. And I haven't seen any other journalist written about that, or any other person for the media. It was just Luke Edwards itself. So again,
I want to know how does he know? Where's he getting this source from that nobody else is getting? I mean, why would they tell him? He didn't want this takeover because he wanted Steve Bruce still there. So
it's difficult with Luke Edwards, isn't it?
Because
he says things that it's difficult to call out because he can. It's stuff that he can change. When he gets things wrong about the transfer window, he can say, "Oh well, the plan changed." what I reported at the time was correct, and he can always he can always use that, and it's frustrating that they're not accountable for anything. Same with Wilson, same with the summer transfer that we're going to do. If he gets them wrong, he's just going to say, "Oh no, well my sources were correct at the time."
Look, Matthew says, I really hope Everton go down, but they'll probably just stay up. I think it's the teams in the bottom three that are going to go this season now.
Yeah, probably.
Everton, I said, I've got some horrible fixes, but do the teams in the bottom three look like winning a game?
Yeah, Everton have got a lot of games in hand as well. So as long as if they just accidentally do okay in one of them, that sorts it really, because they're just going to be so far ahead.
That puts almighty pressure on the teams in the bottom three. We know Norwich and Watford. We know Norwich and Watford are going to definitely be going.
The one thing with Everton is they play nearly 3 games a week now between now and the end of the season because of their games in hand. So, if they get 1 or 2 injuries, like, a Richarlison or if Calvert-Lewin keep getting injured or, and then if Burnley
couldn't hit a barn door at the moment.
If Burnley do win a game, then, and Everton still keep losing, then and they've got 3 games in a week and they can't get out without a rut.
Yep.
Do Everton still have to play Burnley? That's interesting.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yep, absolutely.
I think it's at Burnley as well, is it?
Oh, they've got Watford got
Jazz.
Oh, they do.
Watford and Burnley. Jason's just come off his preview and he's joined the show. How are you doing, Jason?
Yes, not bad, yes.
Well, Spurs tomorrow, how can we do in the game?
I think we can get something. I think we can definitely get something out from that game.
Why not? Yeah. Spurs, they've had some really stinker results. We're still unbeaten at the Tottenham Hotspur ground. Who says we can't?
Exactly.
I'll tell you one thing, though. According to John Sinclair, we were playing the day because he did a match day shout out today. Oh, no, that was for his Man United ladies.
Yeah. No, get it right. It's for United.
It was embarrassing for Chelsea today. Oh, God, Crufts.
Then he said it was straight away. He went, Sam, I'm Newcastle through and through. Me, I thought, you've just tweeted a tweet for Man United ladies. I thought, how can you be Newcastle through and through?
Did it say FF, the usual FF at the beginning?
No, that was yesterday. It was match day, shout out on match day ladies or something like that. And obviously the red and black kisses or...
He done his little live show on Facebook. And he's put in his description, this is a Newcastle United channel. It's solely for only Newcastle United fans. Yeah, apart from Tuesdays when it turns into a Man United channel.
Is anyone part of John's private Facebook group by any chance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see when he's creating events on his private Facebook? Yes. And I'm getting notifications thinking, John, we know you're going to do that. I'm getting every notification there. Matthew says we'll probably lose tomorrow, but at least football is finally back. That's what I'm glad. I was just bored of the international break as well. Ryan, thank you very much for the £10 super chat as well. Evening, hope you well, matey.
Well, is it the Canadian one?
No, it's Ryan, sweetie.
Oh.
I don't know where Ryan is. The other Ryan is tonight. What we thinking? The takeover is done. What are they thinking? The takeover is done. What morons, in my opinion? Absolutely, yeah. Matthew says, just see that tweet from the Looney Tune bloke. Some people are obsessed with being pessimistic.
He said, we're not safe. This is why we're going to have to win more games and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, are you actually a Newcastle fan? Have you just seen what, like, we're literally, it's in our own hands, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, there's no shame in losing to Chelsea and running out of steam at Everton. There's nothing wrong with that. We've done fine.
Especially when the officials fucked over in one of the games.
True says the protest is to try and get our players out of balance like the Everton game. This would not surprise me, to be honest, according to rules. Well,
we're so terrifying. They've got to try underhanded tactics to try and beat us now, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely. Same could be said about Aguero, but look what he did. There was rumours that he could possibly come back into professional football Do you think you could see it happening? It was a rumor that he wants to try and his best to get back into playing professionally again.
Unless he goes back to Argentina, right? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't with what he's had. I wouldn't with what he's had. I wouldn't risk it. He doesn't need it.
Matthew says, I'd rather Willock played as a false nine than Joe Linton, according to Matthew. Of course, Joe Linton is good to get up there, being that box-to-box midfielder as well, which we've seen him did last season indefinitely.
He's not too bad in an attacking sense. It's his jelly legs is the problem. Like, he was fine at Hoffenheim when the onus wasn't on him. He's done this before, and he's more physical now. And there have been glimpses where he's linked up with Callum Wilson quite well. When Wilson's been the focal point, it's in his game definitely. As long as we keep the pressure off him and just say you don't have to score, just be physical, dominate the ball. Willock maybe. Willock isn't very physical though. He doesn't win any aerial duels ever, and we need that against their midfield.
Oh, Paul's in the house. Alex, how many bloody channels are you pimping out on a corner, Paul?
Pumping out on. Jesus.
You ain't been on mine yet.
I think we'll be.
I've never been on Mr. PD's before. I thought I'd come and say hi to Proudlock. It's my first time.
There you are. Well, this is a football show where anyone can join. It doesn't have to be Newcastle fans. I've let other fans come in.
Yeah, like John.
I think we'll be safe with another 4 to 5 points, one more, obviously, and I still think we'll get a minimum of 9 points according to Gary. That's possible. I mean, if we win against Wolves, Palace, to me, we should be getting 3 points out of that. We've got Leicester on Easter Sunday as well, who have been a bit of a funny side as well. Of course, they did get the draw against Leicester, but they've had some stinking results as well, and they've still got to compete with the Europa Conference. As well. So
I mean, they looked very good just now against Man United. Leicester did. Yeah, they do look a bit of a cut above us slightly in terms of quality across the pitch.
Yeah, Alex is a celebrity corner Joe Linton. That was meant to say Pip. I knew what you meant, Paul. Feel free to come on yourself, Paul. There you are. What he recent. Hello. My 35 is the average, I think, to stay up over the last 10 years. I mean, the bottom 3.
But if you look, the average seems to be going down again over the last few years. It's not going above 40. It tends to be 30, 40. It goes to like 38, 37, 35. It's fallen every year.
27 last year on 18th. So we needed 28 to stay up last year. So we didn't need Willock to do his things. We would have actually probably been all right because everybody was crap.
Yeah, I think Newcastle was stale, but called Crazy Football Vlogs. Yeah. Crazy says, I'm going for the 40-mile park. I think we can do it. I think we can still as well. Julian says, how's the new flat, PD? I've been getting all my furniture in the day.
Oh, yeah, stuff for your dungeon.
I'm scoring a hat-trick tomorrow. Wow. These journalists make it up to fill pages. Luke Edwards knows nothing. According to Gary, 9 times out of 10, he talks absolutely out of his arse. Everton's got West Ham away tomorrow, then away at Burnley on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Watford needs to be rescheduled for them as well. So if they lose to Burnley and Watford, that could drag them back into trouble.
Yeah, journalists are pretty much the same as clickbait YouTubers. They're just after some intention. I mean, I don't trust a lot of the journalists nowadays. Not all journalists, but obviously a lot, according to Matthew. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, God.
No.
What's John's Facebook group? It's just John Sinclair TV, I believe.
It's John Sinclair Man United, NUFC.com, isn't it? Or something like that.
I think if Joe Linton playing up front / false 9, it could affect his confidence badly if he has 1 or 2 bad performances. That's a good point because he's done brilliant in that midfield role. And you don't want to take him out of that position where it's done him a lot more better and it's really, really transforming. So I think Matthew's just made a very excellent point there.
Yeah, but I think if I was going to put him as I would, like I said, take the pressure off him, say, try and be physical in the midfield area and knit the play if you can and do some drives. I wouldn't put the pressure on him to go and produce in the box displays. Because he struggles and he loses his confidence. We don't want that anymore. So, I'd just give him the same instructions, but just a tiny bit further up the field.
Yeah, that's not a bad point.
I'm not saying we should do this. I was only suggesting if we're going to play 2 strikers, because people wanted to play Dwight Gale with Chris Wood. So this was my alternative to that. Was why not just put Joe with Wood and then have Joe Willock in as well instead of playing Dwight Gale. I'm not saying we should do that. I'm just saying, if we're going to go with a 2, that's probably what I would do if we have to put a 2.
Yeah, possibly. Well, much will be comments. Jolin says, did any of you guys see what happened on Tapin Top's call-in show? No, what happened? Like, I've not seen that.
No.
Don't know what that
I've been asleep. I don't know what the crack is.
I hope Newcastle don't do what they did against Everton. Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully we're recharged. Eddie's been working with them during the international break. We've been out in Dubai. We had a game, we won 5-0, even though...
I don't think Eddie Howe will accept that performance again. I think that was...
No, he won't.
You'll look at that and think, that was 3 away games in 7 days, and I think you'll say to them, listen, I know you're tired, but I don't want that again. I want...
If Newcastle beat Spurs, that means they'll move up to 14 again. Yeah, I mean, because we've just dropped to 15th because of their Brentford's win the day against Chelsea. Leeds could have went above as well, but of course it was Southampton that equaliser, which just stopped us from doing that. Gary says it's in our own hands now. We don't have to rely on other teams around us to do us a favour. That's a great point because we've been relying on teams badly at times, haven't we? Particularly under Steve Bruce. I mean, last season as well. Take that one.
Well, when the spring has sprung and the daffodils have blossomed, as Steve Bruce said.
How many times
after one of the games
we had to rely on Fulham to lose game after game after game?
I was just going to say, I think the reason we stopped up last season was, do you remember when we played Burnley and Fulham played Villarreal? It was about Easter time, and Fulham were beating Villa with 10 minutes to go, and we were in the bottom 3. Then Fulham imploded, and Villa scored 3 goals in 10 minutes, and I thought that was when Fulham's bottle went. And then we went to Burnley, I think, the following week and won. I think that's what kept us up and what relegated Fulham, because I don't think they won after that. I think their bottle just went and they couldn't. And if you look, they drew a lot of games as well last season. Fulham, they drew a lot.
Yeah, they did. I mean, the thing is, Fulham last season, they just didn't have the squad to stay up, even though they had some good run of results, but it just turned into a run of just another rotten run towards the end of the season where it just couldn't stop.
I mean,
them.
that would have been us without intervention. We had so many draws.
Absolutely. I think we're just very lucky. I think we should have went down last season under Bruce. I mean, you couldn't see where the wins were coming from during that period before getting that win at Burnley.
Yeah, that shows you how bad Fulham were. For us to be, because we had some sort of historical loss, or no, it was not a not winning run, wasn't it? It was so many games. Was it 20-odd games?
1 win in 24, something like that.
That was around the time we got knocked out of the cup by Brentford. Around that sort of time, we'd lost so many games. It was looking so poor.
That was.
Don't know how we're still in the division, to be fair, but it's great. It's great that we are.
I mean, it's all down to Willock and Callum Wilson. That's pretty much saved our asses at times. But there you are.
And the thing as well, though, we are where we are this season without playing with strongest team. Eddie Howe hasn't fielded his strongest team at all this season because either one of them's been injured, or 2 of them's been injured, or one thing and another. I mean, he hasn't had his full strength team to field yet. So
no, he hasn't. He hasn't yet. That's the thing. So that's a good point you made there, Chibbers. True says if you have any Spurs fans, tell them to protest the British government for selling arms and Starbucks and so on, according to Truls.
All right. Tell them to not take cabs. Tell them to not go on the buses. Tell them to not fly on Boeing aeroplanes. Tell them to not watch TV. Tell them to not watch Sky News. Tell them to not watch Sky Sports. They'll be sitting in the blank house. So,
Oh, Tabin Tips is Space YouTuber. Oh, yeah, that's come back to me now.
Oh, yeah, that was the one that Ryan said, wasn't it? The other night.
God, Julian says, Jason, check messages. Well, I think
I've seen it. Yeah.
It's just come back to me now. We've come back to me now. But anyway, guys, if you're enjoying the show, don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe. If you are new, you can donate as well via super chat to the channel. As well, we had one in so far from Ryan. So again, Matt, really thanks very much for your super chat. And if you would like to become a member of the channel as well, just click the join button and you can become a member as well. Matthew says, spot on truths. The Saudi deals with hundreds of companies/countries. Yet Eddie Howe and Newcastle should be answering the questions for some reason. Exactly. I mean, it's all been pointed at Eddie Howe in terms of our ownership, in terms of the human rights going on in Saudi Arabia. But no other thing gets questioned about events taking place in Saudi Arabia as well. They're not talking about the human rights. It's always come directly to Eddie Howe.
I'll tell you one as well. Why is David Beckham not being asked about trying to promote Qatar for the World Cup? I mean, because Qatar are so squeaky clean, like how many workers have died from building their stadiums? Now it's been mentioned about that. Like I've never, that Miguel Delaney as well, who always seems to be on our case. Where's he? Oh, he's out in Qatar because it was the World Cup draw. Sunned himself there in a 5-star hotel. Absolute fucking hypocrites, a lot of them.
Well, the fact they gave Southgate jip, but they don't consistently give Pep jip. Is it not the same thing?
But Pochettino doesn't get it either when he comes over with PSG.
So the English Newcastle manager and the English England manager both get the questions, but Pep doesn't get it, and likewise, and Poch for PSG doesn't get it either. And it's all equal sort of controversy. It's very bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the World Cup, what do we make of the draw so far?
God, honestly, man,
banana skin.
We'll go through the groups. So, Group A, we've got Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands in that group. In B, we've got England, Iran, USA, and either Ukraine, Scotland, or Wales. In C, we've got Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. In Group D, so far, we've got France, Australia, / United Arab Emirates, or Peru in that one as well. Group E, we've got Spain, New Zealand, or Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. Group F, we've got Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. Group G, we've got Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. And in Group H, we've got Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. I mean, do you think it's England's opportunity to try and win the World Cup this time, considering we just missed out on the Euros last year? Do you think it's England's opportunity to try now win the World Cup this time? If Southgate gets his squad selection right, he picks players who will be performing well.
We can 100% win the World Cup, but he's got to get his squad selection right. We have the talent. 100% we've got the talent. We've got some of the best young players in the world. It's only a couple of nations that have got better players on a sheet of paper but it's all about, does he get it right?
Absolutely, because he has his favourites at times, and the times he's done that and it's backfired at times. I mean, go back to the Euros. We did have a very decent tournament, even though we lost out on the final. But there should have been players in that side that should have been picked. Ward Prowse should have been in there.
The thing is as well, we've just had these two friendlies, right? And he still picked these favourites. No offence, but we know what Harry Kane can do. We know what Jack Grealish can do. We all know what Joan Pickford can do when he's on form and nets and stuff. Why are they being picked in these squads for? This is the chance for players to be proven that they're capable to step up if they needed to. And he's not picking them. And no offence, Harry Maguire's been absolutely shocking for Man United. So why is he in the friendly squads?
I mean, what did you make of the boo? What did you make of him that he was booed by the England fans during the game against Ivory Coast?
You shouldn't boo him because, he's in the squad, but that's not down to his fault. That's Southgate picking him. He didn't I'm sorry, but if anyone should be booed, it's Southgate for fucking lying to her by saying, I'll pick players on form, and then, you don't pick players on form, because Maguire this season has been absolutely shocking. I mean,
he did all right in the game, and he did all right today. But yeah, he has been very poor. I take more offence at him picking Mings, because Villa have been shocking recently. And Mings is doesn't have as much of a ceiling as Maguire. Maguire can play at a world level on occasion when he turns up. He hasn't done that for a very long time. Whereas Mings can't play up to that standard and play Champions League. He's never done it.
And we've had players like Rashford getting picked still as well. I don't know what people see in Rashford now.
Oh, I don't see the point in giving Ollie Watkins any minutes. That really irritated me. What is the point in giving him a start? What is the point when you've got Harry Kane, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Tammy Abraham, Callum Wilson? There are 3, 4, possibly 5 players ahead of Ollie Watkins in my mind. Ollie Watkins is a great player, but why is he starting England matches as the sole striker?
Yeah, I mean, he started the game against Ivory Coast.
He didn't play Abraham, did he, in any of the 2 games? Or did Abraham pull out injured, or was he not even picked?
I think he might have pulled out, or there was a problem. No. I think that's the only reason he got minutes. It's the same with Mings getting picked. You know, the fact that we had Adam Webster from Brighton, who's played out of his skin this season. He's been incredible. He's injured.
Opportunity, yeah.
He obviously couldn't get picked because he's injured, and then Tomori didn't get picked. I don't think he pulled out. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I just don't think he got picked. No, and AC Milan are top of Serie A with Tomori being called Maldini by Maldini, and he doesn't get in the England team. I don't get it. And all the Crystal Palace lads get a cap, but Tomori, who's top of Serie A, doesn't get.
With the best defense in Serie A as well. It's what?
I mean, I think Ward-Prowse should be in the World Cup this year, 100%. You know what he could do on set pieces for Southampton. There's your man for your set pieces at times as well. If you need him as well, did get picked last year for the for the Euros, which I found bizarre. But
I'd love to see Rice with Ward-Prowse and Rice together, and Bellingham just in front as a little 3. Similar to how we play with the 4-3-3, I'd like to see that kind of thing.
Yeah, I thought Bellingham had a good game for England against Ivory Coast. I've got to admit.
But this is going to sound crazy, but to me, Bellingham really reminds me of Joe Linton and his movement. Obviously, Bellingham is a lot better offensively, much tidier, way, way better. But his movement, it's because they look similar with height and build, physicality. They move in a similar way with the ball. When Bellingham had 2 or 3 players on him, he would do the little skips around, and this is what Joe Linton started to do recently as well. And it was really bizarre to see. But yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, Alex, I'm sorry, but Maguire is shit. He certainly has been for Man United. I don't see what he sees in Mings. Thing is, I'm not a fan of Tyrone Mings as well. I don't see what he sees in him as well. Matthew says, to be fair, Maguire has never really played that badly for England. He's been terrible for Man United, but for him getting booed while playing for England is bizarre. I think Matthew's made a good point there. I don't think Maguire's been that bad for his country, though, but it's just for Man United, he's not justified his price tag. Is it because he's playing with other poor players in that side? I mean, Man United's defence is not good anyways. What do you think?
He's struggling because of system. Massively. Yeah. He's being asked to cover wide left, and he's crap at it. Mm-hmm. It's simple as he's being asked to do a job which don't fit his strengths whatsoever, and he's being found out because he has got a slow turning circle. He's not the most technically gifted player, and he's being asked to do those things, and it's not a surprise at all. And Shaw, funnily enough, is also having a terrible season. I don't really care that he scored for England. Before he got the goal, he was awful. He was one of the worst players on the pitch. I do feel the Maguire thing is a bit harsh. He does keep getting found out. He's being asked to do things that he can't do. He's okay if you play him, if you identify what his strengths are and play him for that. It's like us trying to get a tune out of Lascelles and play him as a cover wide right. And we know Lascelles can't do that, and we don't ask him to do that.
No, we don't.
I feel like he's been very poor, but a lot of it's down to system, management, tactics. Yeah. And the fact his left back's also been so bad this season as well. It makes him look even worse.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, yeah. we're about to with would be comments. Maguire plays in a back eight when he plays for England. The disabled team. Hi everyone. I hope you're all well. Shall he trip me? I'll be at the World Cup. Do you think you will? You don't think you will?
Because he plays for Newcastle.
Well, Southgate never picks Newcastle, but you never know. He could still pick Trippier, but we'll wait and see. Sorry for cap season, gentlemen. It's all right. Bellingham is going to be so good in 5 to 10 years. He's already class. I think we'll see Bellingham in the Premier League sometime. I really think
Newcastle. Newcastle.
In a black and white shirt.
I wonder what that transfer fee would be now. Jesus.
Wow.
If Rice is 150, I mean Bellingham's not done it in the Prem yet, but he's 4 years younger than Rice or 5 years younger than Rice. That's madness.
But you know what? We can afford it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can give him Gal in a swap deal.
We'll give them Gale, Almiron, Kraft. We'll give them Gillespie and Darlow.
I never thought I'd picture Gale in a Borussia Dortmund shirt. That's a sight I never has ever entered my head.
Oh, he would own the Bundesliga.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll do what Joselu does and being the top scorer in the bloody La Liga.
Exactly.
Well, the disabled team have made a good point yet, to be fair to Maguire. He didn't put that price tag on his own head. He didn't. I mean, that's just today's transfer markets nowadays. Now, a lot of English players are going to go for well over the odds.
It was desperation from John Sinclair's club, wasn't it, to pay that much to get him?
Maguire's always going to have that price tag around his neck, whatever he does. Exactly. Hypocrite, we sell rockets and helicopters to the Saudis. Does that mean all these offended people are going to leave the UK, according to White Trump? No, absolutely not. Neville has been told to mind his words after his woke comments. England are in the World Cup. If he care that much, we should be there. He's a wanker. I mean, did anyone see Neville's comments about what he was saying?
What about England?
I mean, I don't think I've seen what it is, but it was something to do with England.
I've seen his comments about England, and I've seen his comments about that it's going to be great that directors are going to have to test so things like Newcastle and Derby and Man City don't happen again. I felt like I said to him, "Wait, listen, you won't be saying this if PIF owned Man United, would you?"
Absolutely.
But the Glazers didn't buy Man United with their own money; they bought it with debt.
Yeah.
So. They bought it with other people's money, and that shouldn't be passing a director's test either, in theory.
They basically did a Mike Ashley,
and they also have Saudi sponsorship in Man United. So he should look at his own house before he talks about other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Matthew thinks Bellingham will be at least worth 150 million. Wow,
small change, man. Those small change.
I mean, he's not proven though, is he?
No, he's not done in the Premier.
He's younger than Rice. If Rice is 150 tag, it's to be believed. But Rice has done it in the Prem, and he started to do it in an England shirt and at Europa League level. Like he's building his CV. Whereas Bellingham, I guess Bellingham plays in the Champions League. Fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I wouldn't mind us having a few quiet transfer windows if it means buying someone like Bellingham. I think Bellingham will come on to be a really good talent in the future. I really think it will be.
I think we need few transfer windows where we'll bolster our squad and we'll have a competitive looking squad as opposed to flash names or anything like that. We need 2 good players for every position because so far we've struggled to have 1 good player for every position. So it's like, you need to have that sort of backup where if, say, St. Maximum isn't fit, you've got a quality player to replace him, and we don't have that. Yeah. That's what we need to do first.
Yeah, Rice is class, but he's not worth 150 million. He's not worth that, but I think Declan Rice has really, really improved himself as a player, particularly for his club, his country. I thought he did well in the Euros last year. I mean, he's really, really come on at Declan Rice, but if he was to leave West Ham, who would he go to next?
I mean, he supports Chelsea, but they're in a bit of a transition. Man United's a dangerous move, isn't it, right now?
Yeah, isn't it?
It's either Man City or us. or even us.
Well, yeah, I don't think Liverpool could afford it. It's Man City, us, or abroad. Or he stays at West Ham.
Yeah, I really hope that's not a funny name you're trying to call me over there, Joe Linton. I'd be happy if we spent 75 million on Rice, but nowhere near 150 million.
They tell us to jog on, I think.
They'll probably ask for a bit more. I thought out midfield nullified Rice when we played West Ham. I mean, when we lost 4-2 to West Ham at home in the first game of the season, you see how Declan Rice controlled their midfield and he got his other players into position, the likes of Antonio, Ben Rama, players like them. As soon as when West Ham, when they went 1-0 down, they fought it back, but when they went 2-1 down and they come back to win the game 4-2, he controlled their midfield.
But I'll say this. Look at the difference between the two sides, between Steve Bruce's Newcastle and Eddie Howe's Newcastle. We gave them so much space in our first game because we were knackered after an hour, and then he could just control and stroll the game. Second game, we outran them. Effectively, Rice set up our goal because his spooned header went straight to Joe Willock.
Yeah.
And then
he
we
nearly
didn't
did
give
the
him.
same to let Joe Linton score as well. He nearly did it twice.
We didn't give him time to play in the second game. We were in his face. We were like, so that's how you've got to play against Rice. You've got to be fit to be against him, because if he controls the game, as we all saw in the first game, he'll cut you to pieces. But if we did like what did in the second, and then
he's being given too much defensive responsibility, and he's making mistakes for his club. Because he's playing in a double pivot with Souček. I think he's slowly turning into a box-to-box because he's slowly getting better offensively. He's scoring, he's driving forward, and he keeps making mistakes at the back in his own box. So maybe Rice needs a change. I think he could play in like a Willock role. I mean, not for us necessarily. I mean, maybe, but...
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure he wants to come to Pop World League, so I mean, who knows? I mean, sure he likes Bridges.
Yeah, absolutely. We're about to maybe comments. The thing is, though, being proven does justify the price down. Looking at Mbappe to PSG, the hype around the English players bumps up the fee so much, and there's a lot of hype around Bellingham, and he's English. That's a good point, Matthews. There, mate. We need to sell a few players to keep within the limitations. We may get a couple of good free transfers too. I think there will be a lot of clearance from our current squad. There's got to be.
Yeah. What we're moving on? Fernandes, Gale, Lewis, Hayden's on the list.
Gillespie, I think.
Yeah, that's
Darlow,
everybody's on somewhere between 20 and 40 grand a week. So we're looking at somewhere between 200 and 300k a week being freed up. That's a lot.
You've got possibly Almiron and the two Longstaffs as well, who could both go.
I mean, Almiron could get us a transfer fee, which would be lovely. If we could get 10, 12 from a La Liga team, that'd be beautiful.
Wasn't it reported that Almiron has like a 50-60 release clause?
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
I mean,
50-60 pence for maybe,
But the thing is, there's also talk of Sean Longstaff getting a new contract.
Yeah, Howe really rates Sean Longstaff, so you might see Matty move on, but I don't see us moving Sean on.
I'm happy to give him another chance. Not in his current form and how he's been, not good enough. But if Howe thinks he can mould and change him, then I'll let him have a go. Like, he's done it with others, and he's English as well, and he's homegrown, and we've got to fill quotas as well. So
Matthew says race to Man United. I think be a dangerous one. Rice said he probably wants to stay in London though. Jolene, nice try, but I am not falling for that.
Put accents on everything.
Rice will stay at West Ham for another few seasons. That I think he'll go to Man U or Chelsea. That's a possibility. Rice doesn't like being pressed. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad we didn't get Ranwick. Maguire's former Man United is also down to how he is coach there. I think he was a better player at Leicester. I think he did well for Leicester. Maguire, I thought he did. Jolene thinks no to Sean staying. He doesn't think Sean Longstaff is good enough.
He hasn't been good enough up to now, yeah. But if Howe wants to keep him and give him a summer, we don't know. He might come out a different player next season. You never know.
Mavi says, to be fair, I think there might still be a decent squad playing Sean Longstaff, but Matty Longstaff doesn't have the physicality, in my opinion, according to Matthew. It's just, the thing is with Sean Longstaff, was it down to the knee injury that he picked up and the last season under Rafa?
I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped off. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce rushed him back because he got injured when on the season Rafa left, didn't he?
Yes.
But I think even so, he's had plenty of time to get over it now. So that was 3 years ago. That
it certainly was. Yeah, that's a good point. Definitely, Chippers. But anyway, guys, we've been going just an hour, and you know what that means.
Oh God, no! Unfortunately I fucking do. I'm glad I've had my takeaway already.
Okay, I see you put something in there. Alex, which I'll read through a bit. Well, what have we got in store today? We've got quite a few to show tonight. I've got to a bit, so let's get on. The first image we've got, the first food picture we've got, is this.
Oh, that looks like my shit.
That's chicken tikka with chips and naan bread.
Oh, fuck that for a game of soldiers.
It looks like it's been in the fridge overnight.
That literally is Hiroshima on an arm bread, that.
So would anyone say yes or no to that?
How much is that supposed to be?
Oh, I can't remember how much the price tag. I'm trying to find out where it's saved at again.
I wouldn't stand in line for it. Never mind saying no.
There you are. Alex has just said that's a no from him.
I wouldn't feed it to me invisible dog.
Right. The next one we've got is fish and chips served at Spurs.
That's a fucking penis, that.
That ain't too bad.
That's a fucking penis. That's a double-ended penis, that.
I mean, what kind of fish is that? Because it's looked like it's got a split in the middle.
That's a fucking double-ended dildo, that, man. That's a double-ended dildo.
You got like the sizes. The fish is pretty decent. You get chips. You get a slice of lemon, which is, I think, good. Mushy peas are just missing there for me, I would say.
Spurs' facilities is supposed to be really good, so might be good food, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's the.
I don't know. Actually, that fish looks a bit black. That looks a bit black again.
Yeah, it could well be, but I would happily tuck into that, I must admit. So there you are.
What, a double-ended dildo? I didn't know you were like that, Peter.
It's called the Craft 5.0.
Oh,
it's called the Craft. It's called the Craft Breeder.
Right, the next one we've got pie, chips, and gravy.
Hell, got the armband, Zeus.
That's saved at Bamber Bridge.
Is that pepper on it?
I was going to say that. Is that
really badly stirred?
Has someone just opened a pepper pot and just tipped it on there?
It just went boom.
Wow, that is over the top.
That's fucking strong. And that's grim as well, to be honest.
Yep. So
it might be a Norwich fan. He might need to clear his sinuses while he's watching the game.
Right. The next one we've got is cheesy
tacos.
Chips covered in bacon.
That must be Sunderland, is it? That must be Sunderland if it's cheesy chips.
It's actually not Sunderland.
Middlesbrough.
That's not real cheese, though. That looks like cancer cheese.
I mean, the cheese
doesn't look like decent meat either. That looks like fucking dog food.
I mean, that's definitely not one of the South Coast clubs. They'll do better than that. There's no way that's Southampton or Brighton. I'd be disappointed if it was one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would be as well.
Is this a Premier League club or?
I'm trying to find it again, but I don't think it was a Premier League club.
Well, no surprise.
Let's see. And the next one we've got, I don't think this looks appetizing to me.
Oh,
what the hell is that?
Fucking hell, it looks like steel cum.
It looks like sausage chips covered in cheese.
It looks
like melted ice cream put in there.
Looks like somebody's tried to put Fanta in ice cream and it hasn't mixed properly.
It's fucking Pearl Harbor, that's what that is.
Oh, that's
Fucking
the seagulls
all
just
over the
flown
place.
over and just dunked in that.
Oh, right,
it's fucking frozen cum, that.
Right, the previous picture I've shown with the chips with the cheese and the bacon, that's served at Swindon Town.
Oh, I'll not be going there anytime soon.
Swindon away, lads.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think what I'm
Where are
showing
they? Are
there
they in League One?
Someone will play them, don't they?
Right,
Yeah,
that's
some fans can try that.
I've just found the name. It's curry and sausage loaded fries at AFC Sudbury.
I fucking loaded with what? Fucking STI or something.
Where's the curry in that?
That's not curry at all.
You can't
That's
see it,
still
can you?
fucking jizz.
Those chips look so uncooked.
Yeah,
I know Swindon are in League Two, so the Mackems would have to go down another league to enjoy the bacon bits chips.
That literally looks as that looks like as if like that looks as now that definitely is Pearl Harbor in a flipping plastic cup. That like, unfortunately, and it's just all over the fucking place, isn't it?
Right, the next ones I've got now. This next one was sent to be my Ryan actually. So,
what in Canada?
Oh yes.
Is it a beaver tail?
Right, and the next one we've got is this.
What the fuck?
That's a chimichurri steak and chips served at a club called Avril.
Actually, doesn't look half bad.
And apparently, it's a club in Greater Manchester.
Oh God, would be. Well, John Sinclair can't fucking try it.
I mean, the criticism I have with that is the onions. A lot of their onions look so raw there.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have the steak and chips and that's it, because at least you enjoy the steak or the chips more than the fucking shitty onions.
I mean, I don't like raw onion for a start, as particularly if it's white, because it's so strong. I mean,
makes us up cry, right?
Onion,
it's
white.
Night and day different to the other stuff we saw, but it's still needs work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our mind took it into that, but minus the onion, because a lot of it just looks so raw, in my opinion.
We don't have all of this in Poland. We just have hot dogs or nachos. That's all they serve in most of the stadiums.
I don't mind that.
Right, the next one we've got is this.
Oh my God. That's fucking diarrhea on chicken, that.
I hope that's not Marmite.
It is.
I'll see if I can find that one again.
Is that like
that's either chocolate sauce or Marmite.
What's that supposed to be?
It's on a bed of rice is the only way I can describe that.
Tell you what, that's no KFC, that, like, unfortunately.
It's very shiny.
Looks raw. Looks too fucking dry.
That does look dry.
Looks drier than a fucking Gandhi's flip-flop, that.
You're going to need more than a pint to keep that.
I remember you said, what did you say looks like chippers?
Diarrhea.
Looks like someone's had diarrhea on it.
Did someone say someone's flip-flop there?
It looks like
Gandhi's flip-flop.
Oh, funny thing you've said that, Alex. That just reminds me of scene from Hell's Kitchen by Gordon Ramsay.
Yes.
And then someone cooks him, and like he cooks this, he gets served this kind of meat, and he's like overcooked to the bottom, crispy as fuck, and it looks like Gandhi's flip-flop.
Well, he says as well, he says, it's a rub out, it looks like something Tiger Woods could tee off on.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one we have got.
Where was that one from? What was it?
Oh my God.
I mean, wow, that doesn't look nice at all. I mean,
who the fuck's fucking shit and jizzed on their shit?
What is that meant to be? Are they meant to be like
it looks like
tortilla wrap kind of things?
Yeah, it's like a taco, but that's tacos at Mexico, El Salvador.
Shitty taco, that.
It does look like someone's emptied the lawnmower into some.
That's what I was just about to say, yeah.
And again, the onions, it looks so raw.
It just looks like stinging nettles in a tortilla because of the white flour.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I wouldn't. Nah. Yeah, we got something a little bit more better. A bacon cheese, a bacon cheeseburger. That looks a bit more nicer.
What's up with the bacon? Fucking hell.
It's a bit sad, isn't it?
Bacon cheeseburger at Holy Town.
Needs a bit of love in that bacon, unfortunately. That's not how you cook bacon.
I'd need a pint before I ate that. I couldn't eat that first.
Right. Again, Ryan sent me some other ones as well. So
loves his food, Ryan, doesn't he?
Well,
come on, Ryan. Send us a beaver towel.
Send us a fucking naked walrus or something
Well, this is another one he sent me, actually.
Oh, kebab?
That second one's just been ripped off.
Apparently,
it's hardly anything on it.
It's seasoned chicken hearts on a stick.
Sneeze.
What's it been seasoned with? Ash?
Seasoned chicken hearts on a stick at Atletico Paranaense in Brazil.
I think it's the remains of the dog they've just flipping killed and just stuck on a stick.
Oh. Again, would anyone happily have that, or is that a
no? Are you joking?
No, chicken hearts.
That's not salt, and it's not.
I'd rather starve.
It's some kind of seasoning they've put on, which we can't tell what it is.
I'd try it. I'd try that more than I would the curry diarrhea chips that we've seen.
Yeah, I think we all would. The next one Ryan also said was this.
What? Is that an ice cream? Fucking hell. Hang on a second, Reed. Is that a small ice cream or is that just because the guy's got massive fucking hands?
Apparently, it's a Choco Cono at Independiente Medellin in Colombia. Well, that's where that's.
Oh, so it might be a cocaine stick. It might have cocaine underneath,
It's like a chalk ice that has a cone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
all it is.
Weird.
And it hasn't got the
cone. The hard shell around it.
I want to know what's inside it. Is it just chocolate all the way through, or is it like?
That's what you like to wonder.
Could be one of those marshmallow ones that we get.
Yeah, it could well be.
I think it would need to be a bit bigger than that because that looks minute.
I mean, it might be reasonable. This just might be like a 7'2" guy holding the cone. It could be Dan Burn checking out some Colombian football. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 6'4", so I actually want big food. I don't just fucking want to look at it and then just go gone. I want a meal that'll fucking fill us.
And the last photo we've got is.
Someone's been sick. Is that an omelette? Is that a fucking sick omelette?
Now, Ryan sent me this as well. Just bear with me while I find
tacos or something.
It's carne asada and al pastor tacos at
Is that a fucking what's it called on the side of fucking them kosher thingies or?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, gherkins. Yeah, that is actually really good if it's made properly, but I don't know if it would be made properly at a football ground. Maybe not.
I'll tell you what, Gordon Ramsay would have a fit if he saw it.
That's like if you go to the curry house you're not so sure on. It's a risky, you've got to be near a toilet the following day if you're not sure.
Yeah. Oh, look who's here.
Might as well eat it whilst on the toilet.
Was it right? Oh, God, it's Glenn Hughes.
Really?
Oh, Joe. Which pictures did you manage to catch then? Did you manage to catch them all?
No, but just the last one.
Well, you haven't missed much, to be fair.
Yeah, they got better. The first ones were just,
sick.
Chips with sick on them, I think.
Yeah, I think some of those, we'd just happily see.
I think Ryan needs another hobby, to be honest, because the pictures are just...
I think you'll end up sending me more again very, very soon.
Well, at least it's food pictures he's sending you, not other pictures.
Well, man, let's see them. What other?
Well, this is... Right, we'll go through them again because Archer missed... That was the first one.
What the hell?
That's tikka masala with chips on a naan bread.
Oh.
This next one we had was fish and chips at Spurs.
Oh.
Not for you, Archer?
No.
What about the pie chips and the gravy? But again, it looks like someone's put so much pepper on that.
Yeah.
The bacon, the cheesy chips with the bacon. It's Swindon Town.
Swindon Town.
We also had that one, the chips and the curry.
Oh,
I can't see the curry there.
That is vile. It looks like vomit.
Then we had that one, the chimichurri steak. But again, the onions a lot of them onions look too raw for me.
Yeah.
That one we had as well. I couldn't find what that one was called again.
I don't know what on earth that is.
But it looks like to me, the sauce or whatever that is looks like an oil slick.
It looks like some kind of dessert.
It's not a dessert. I can see rice in there. I can see chicken in there.
Oh, yeah.
That one, Alex said it looks like you would get something picked off a lawnmower.
Oh.
Yeah, we had a bacon cheeseburger, which looks a bit more appetizing.
No, it looks all right.
We had these two.
What the hell?
Seasoned chicken, which we don't know what the season is. We
Looks
had
like-
that is some sort of ice cream.
Oh, my word. That is vile. It's like a knob on a cone.
And that was the final one, which you just managed to see in there.
Oh.
No problem, Alex. If you've got to shoot there 15 minutes, that's no problem.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disappear. So thanks for having me, guys, and see you soon.
No
Catch you
problem.
later,
Thank you very much, Alex,
Yeah.
for coming on. Next time you'll catch Alex, will be on the 2 review, probably for the match review for Spurs.
Yeah, I think that's on Sunday after Spurs game. So
No problem. So please feel free to head out to check out the 2. Alex will be on Paul's channel, the 2 review, who's nearly at 10K subscribers. Get him up.
We were 12 away earlier when we checked.
Oh.
I don't know what it is now. So
If you haven't subscribed to Paul's channel, the 2 review, get him to 10K subscribers. He deserves it.
and
Get him there.
Subscribe to this guy as well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right,
guys,
take care, lads. Bye, everybody.
See you
See you, Alex.
That's all right.
See you.
Tuesday.
See you, Alex. See you. Yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the show, don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are new as well. If you would like to donate as well, Super Chat is available. And if you want to become a member of the channel as well, hit the join button as well. Where am I up to with my comments? Because I think I've had so many comments since I've been on just had that one. So being shit means contract extension. Jolin, do you not trust Howe's judgment? If you give Sean a contract extension, we'll be worried. Jordan Linton says it looks nice, which was one of the food pictures. He's going, Matthew's relating back to Sean Longstaff. Yeah, that looks nice. Give us fish and chips any day of the week for the disabled team. So they take
I'll tell you what I've had for bolognese pizza and chips.
Bolognese pizza, not bad. Was it a takeaway one, did you say?
It was only like a tenner, like that, the chips and a drink for a tenner.
The thing is, if I have a bolognese pizza, I've got to have it from a proper Italian restaurant.
Oh, all right, Mr. Sinclair. Fucking hell, do you have your drink in a wine glass as well, will you? Hey, I have my coke in a wine glass, I do.
It's just, the fact is, takeaway bolognese pizzas, it's not proper bolognese sauce. It's something that it's come out of a can, but it can taste nice as well. But
what can? What can did you say?
Can comes out of a can. Let me know where they save that so I can avoid the place. Has any of your lads seen Spurs having a few protests? Yes, I have seen it. Sad and pathetic. Fish looks shit, according to Davey. Still shown isn't good enough. That's a fish out the Irish Sea, just off Sellafield. Joe, like I said, how sees him train every day, so I trust his judgment again. Robert, back to Matty Longstaff. Go for you. Pie, chips, and gravy just made me hungry. I'm calling into
Tangy. If you want
on there.
Tangy, it's got a lifetime supply of fucking pepper on. I mean, you'll have no taste of it.
PD, bring that fish on Saturday. Corner Craft. How is the new flat? I've told you I've managed to get all my stuff in, so it's been a heck of a job today. Nice tattoos with Smega cheese according to Joe Linton. Joe, what do you mean good for me? Tangy says pedigree chum tacos looks disgusting. See, that's bad for you. Tice's big market vomit and chips. That looks like someone's thrown up on their chips. Julian, I didn't think you meant it in a way, mate. I just didn't know what you were talking about when you said good for me. This is no problem. Joe, we both know Newcastle need at least 8 players this summer with the new 5 sub rule. I think we do need quite a few players in.
I laugh how people are calling them Joe Linton when it's not really Joe Linton. Actually just saying man. Joe Linton.
Oh, crap, man. Save it for the Horseman show.
He's got worse caps up than me.
And he says, beef flapping chips.
Oh.
We sadly say this is a FIFA and I can play any position. You never know. Mavi thinks we'll sign about 6 or 7 players in the summer. That's not a bad show.
I'll think 7.
Jolin says 13 players. No. I think quite a few of those players need to leave. I think we need to get rid of them.
I don't think they'll be going at once.
Ginger Wood should go straight away, according to Jordan. Emil Kraft, how can we not free transfers? Plus, I sent our budget 90 plus sales. There could be some free ones we could get. Jordan, do not. Oh, yeah, Matthew, we need to rebuild a top 8 team. Yeah, we do. She's going to score hat-trick tomorrow. Oh, my word. Ninja Hoskin, I think, finishing at least 8th and 10th of a good cup run will be the aim next season.
I agree with that.
Ginger Merchant, love my arse of that bacon is walking home on its own. Looks like
still
it's
got a
We've got to remember what the owner said at the PGA Tour. He wants top 4 in 5 years, and PIF don't play around. You know, their peppers, not gherkins, according to Jolene. That was one of them. He says, Ginger, exactly, they mean business, but I think it'll be a steady project over the next 5 years, which will be moving up a couple of positions every season, hopefully. Just in time for the food picks, according to Ryan.
I bet Ryan's fucking jizz at them.
I don't think it's a must, to be honest. I think next season's aim will be to stabilise our prep position and finish mid-table at least and get out the dead wood. Matthew, PIF would wait long if they spend a lot. No, that's a good point. It's just the PIF only ever buy to make money, so they want the Champions League money to go watch our owners. He's president of Amoraco, and PIF, he tries to make profit for PIF to reach 3 trillion. Wow.
Can I just say it, right? Did people not listen to what Amanda said on the day of the takeover? 5 to 10 years they want to be winning the league. To 5 to 10. Not 5 minutes or 5 weeks or 5 minutes or 5 seconds. 5 to 10 years. They're here for the long haul. They're not going to bloody sell. Just everybody just needs to realize it's going to take time. Simple as. It's not going to happen overnight.
Oh, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, definitely there. Chippers, absolutely. Ryan's in the house, but he's not on the show. Someone needs to bring Putin over to Canada. The football stadiums would be a guaranteed hit.
Does that mean, is Putin like just poo and Canadian or something? Or?
Ryan says English bacon is horrible, but Canadian bacon though. No,
they have it with fucking bloody pancakes and all that shit. Fucking hell.
I'd agree, dude. Julian, I know we need a right wing and a striker. He's been in Pepe or Rafinha is a must this summer. If he's on about Nicholas Pepe, I'm not too sure.
Rafinha will not gone because he's gone to Barcelona in the summer. It's already great.
Ryan thinks Dembele is the best right wing available in the summer, but I think he's out of reach for us. Need to for Anthony.
I can't get our bloody Ginger suggested Nicola fucking Pepe. He's been useless for Arsenal this season. And they spent 70 fucking million on him. They're going to at least want 70 million back for him. I'm not wrong to pay 70 million.
The one and only says I would not eat any of those meals with borrowed lips. Do you know what Spiga is, according to Joe Linton?
I don't want to know.
Chicken hearts on a stick is a Brazilian delicacy, so Joe rates those, according to Ryan. We won't spend like Man City did, according to Davey. You never know. Amanda doesn't own Newcastle. The guy with the white beard, he does, and he said every day he decides everything he's Newcastle.
She does. She's a part owner. She owns 10% of the club, so she does own Newcastle as well.
But you would have to run it with PIF as
Yes.
well to make sure that they're happy with the decision as well.
And I'm pretty sure PIF would have told her what to say, knowing that she was going to give an interview after the takeover. So I'm sorry, Ginger, but you're wrong, mate.
Tunza says, shall we go for top 6 next season? Is what John said.
Oh. Hey, John thinks we're talking about Man United. John thinks he's talking about Man United half the time.
Smiga is knob cheese, according to Joe Linton.
Yeah.
Well,
it would be with him.
Alex says you've had a Sinclair there, Ginger. You would take Isco on a free, but you paid for Pepe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ginger says he owns 80%, which he does. So, of course, that's what we mentioned. They'll have to run it by Piff as well. So, there you are.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think Ginger listens to what I've just said. I've just said the fact is, yes, they own it more than what Amanda does, but of course, they'll have spoke the exact thing and they'll have the same objectives. And what Amanda said on Takeover Night is 5 to 10 years.
I mean, that's being realistic. I would say 5 to 10 years.
If you look how much shit Mike Ashley's left us in, we're practically 5 to 10 years behind nearly most of our clubs. So, you know.
Oh, Joe Linton says, I'll send Jason a pic, a lick PF speaker from Google. Oh, God.
No. God, no.
I think you'll end up scoring, Jason, if you do that.
I think he's after you. I think he wants you now, Jason. He's being a right manhole, that Joe Linton.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, anyway.
Nah, you can if you want, because I'm fucking not.
John can have him.
Oh, God. I in a Man Utah.
Davey says, well said, Chip, as a con to Davey. Of course, still touching on with Newcastle, but we're going to turn out to the women's side. I mean, I was at the game yesterday. They lost 2-0 against Wallsend in the Blues Fin Sport Insurance Women's Cup final, so which I was devastated about. But, of course, they've got a big game tomorrow at Druid Park at home to Liverpool. If they win that, they've got a massive chance for promotion. I think because anything other than a win for Newcastle women tomorrow is a bit of would not be good, because Liverpool, on the other hand, have got 2 games in hand, and all it could take is for Liverpool to either win at Newcastle against Newcastle, and of course to win the 2 games in hand, and they're within a chance of promotion. Do you think the Newcastle United women side guys have got a chance for promotion this time, even though they missed out on the cup yesterday? If anyone heard anything about that?
I literally have no idea, because I finished work at 6 o'clock and I was back at 5 o'clock this morning for work. So I literally finished work last night and I've had no idea what's Archer doing. I had no idea what was happening last night with football wise.
Well, I was at the game against Wallsend. Becky rotated the side a little bit. There was no Katie Barker, who's Newcastle United's number 9 for the women's team as well. Georgia Gibson, one of the other better players, was on the bench. The same with Casey Elson. They came on in the second half, but it just wasn't to be. Wallsend scored 2 goals and they won the game 2-0. It was just probably a night to forget. But if the women are, because they are top of the league at the moment, Newcastle, the main focus could be on promotion now, which they are. If they beat Liverpool tomorrow at Druid Park, if anyone is planning to go to that game, which is good if they're considering, if anyone's not going to Spurs away tomorrow, feel free to come and along to the women's team at Druid Park. It's a big game against Liverpool tomorrow, first against second. But if Newcastle women get promotion this season, I mean, that would just be brilliant.
I see we've got a new person in the chat. Who's PD Sinclair like?
PD Sinclair?
Oh,
Yeah.
Look.
Aye.
I think Joe Lynn's just trying to look at a one from you hidden by Joe Lynn. I guess that was a troll. Could be. I don't know. PD Sinclair, did you say? I can't see it on my side.
I can see him.
Really?
Yeah, where you look on the bottom right.
Oh, Jason, man.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to put it in the live chat, but if the women get promoted, the Newcastle women get promoted, I mean, how fantastic would that be? Definitely. I think Becky's done well with that side.
It can only help them, and it'll make them get better players, and they'll get
because
more.
you can tell Amanda really wants to invest in the women's side as well.
Yeah.
Not just the... Archer's look at the camera. Davey says, we need to beat Liverpool Feds. It's a big game tomorrow for Newcastle United women. If they win against Liverpool tomorrow, they're within an almighty chance because that will put them 7 points ahead of them. Liverpool have got 2 games at hand, but they would only get 6 points out of that. So it's a big game for Newcastle United women tomorrow. Davey says, rather win promotion. I mean, that's a good shout there, what Davies just said. And Mark says, are you attending the game tomorrow, Pierre? Yes, I will be there, definitely.
It's annoying it's on the same day as the men play. Like, they could have had a play a day, like, couldn't they?
Different kickoff, though, because Newcastle women kick off at 2 o'clock, and then Spurs Newcastle don't kick off till 4:30. So it's a good idea to watch both of them.
Aye, but which games are man are going to be at?
Oh, she'll, of course, be the Spurs Newcastle game, but I know there were, I think it was against the last time Amanda was at the here and Murdrad with the last Newcastle women's game that was against Leeds at Coach Lane, where Newcastle United women won that game as well. So Leeds did well this season, but it would just be fantastic for the ladies to get promotion this season as well.
Seems like the whole lot of the thing is improving, like the women to the.
It says you fucking waste that you're on about there, Ryan. Right, it's all up on what one man wants this summer. I'm not saying we will be world beaters, but pushing for top 8. I said, how the league is best up. Man United are in free fall. Oh, all right. Oh, probably that casual focus was a troll. Thank you very much, Joe Linton, for putting him out this live show. Thank you very much. As well. Would you mind if I make either you, Chippers, and Jason moderators as well for the channel as well?
No bother if you want, but we're usually on here though, so it's hard to.
Well, if that's no problem. I mean, if anyone is anyone using off PC or
I always use PC anyway. I'm
on the dog and bone, so
that's no problem then. It might be difficult for you then, Chippers, but yeah. Well, thank you very much, Jolene, because that casual focus was a troll. He said, wow, paedophile lineup. So I hit it. Thank you very much. Chelsea score was hilarious. Alexa played Jump by Van Halen. That's a funny comment that Patrick's just made there. Jump by Van Halen. We'll look at today's results as well that we're in the Premier League. Of course, we had the early kickoff between Liverpool against Watford. I think we all knew that Liverpool was going to get 3 points out of that game.
Good result for us, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Of course, Jota scoring in 22 minutes. Fabinho getting a penalty just before stoppage time as well. But I think we knew Liverpool were going to win that game 100%. Brighton and Norwich was a 0-0 draw. Did anyone think that was going to happen?
I thought Brighton might have won the game, but
and I think Brighton's problem at times has been scoring goals.
Yeah,
I don't think they've won this yet. Have they, Brighton, yet? Since the
I'm not too sure.
I don't think they've won this calendar yet. Yes.
You could be right there, Chibbers. That was a prize that ended in 0-0. Of course, the other game was also Burnley against Manchester City, which ended in 2-0 to Manchester City. I think we knew Man City were going to get the points out of that as well, away to Burnley as well.
That'd be an interesting result for them. It's going to be an interesting game on Wednesday, Burnley and Everton.
Yes. Of course, we had Chelsea against Brentford, which finished 4-1 to Brentford. Who would have thought that was going to happen?
I could not stop laughing about that. It was just I flicked on to just final score, just flicking through the channels before I went live. I was like, it's now Chelsea 1, Brentford 4. I'm like, what? Surely April Fools was yesterday.
Well, next week it's Man City Liverpool next weekend, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
And then I think it's the North London derby, you know?
Yes, it will be. Yes, of course. Another game was Leeds 1, Southampton 1. Leeds scoring in the first half. Ward-Prowse get the equaliser for Southampton. As well, I think Leeds will be disappointed that they conceded in the second half. That was an opportunity to go above us.
They will, because Southampton have been playing like a team on the beach recently.
Yeah, that's a good point. We also had Wolves against Villa, which finished 2-1 to Wolves. Of course, Wolves without Jimenez, without Neves, won 2-1 in that game as well. I mean, Wolves very good at home as well. And that's our next game after Spurs on Friday night.
Oh, you'll be doing another Saturday night then?
Could well be at this rate. So, there you are. Oh, we got another guest in. Is Ryan there? Oh, he's there, Ryan.
Yo.
Where is he?
He's in the level 7 position.
I'm just in my room right now.
He's just going with Nobby Bobbly, isn't he?
No, this is level 7.
He's been evicted from the basement.
You need ice cream as well.
Yeah.
I was there just in time for the food picks.
No,
I see you said you put on the ones I sent you, the tacos and the chimichurri fries or whatever they were.
They fucking weren't tacos. They were fucking shit in a fucking nacho or something like that. It was fucking horrible.
You guys are food critics, I'll tell you that. All the stuff I see looks freaking good.
Fucking. I think you need to take your beer goggles off. Jesus, wet.
Davey says by Alexa just started playing Jump by Van Halen. Bright Mr. Penn, didn't they? They actually did.
Yeah, I was watching the Wolves and Aston Villa game with Alex, and I think forget how I saw it. I think commentary just randomly said that Brighton had a penalty. I guess they missed it.
Oh, Ryan, look. Ryan, have a look. Ginger's having a go.
Go watch Newcastle before. Actually, we used to be a force for 30 years in this league. Aim higher.
I don't take any offense to that. Okay, sure. Hold on, go with that last comment.
I've just said, Joel, top 8 for me for us next season. Not a bad job. Villa spent 270 million in 2 seasons. On players use the excuse they had no players. They just let them go. Well, they've done that with Grealish. Well,
I don't really know what he's trying to say here.
To be fair, I don't know what he tries to say any of the time, to be honest with him.
The disabled team says it was a wicked free kick, though, by Ward-Prowse. All I could do was clap. Well, he's good on set pieces, Ward-Prowse, isn't he?
He doesn't score tap-ins.
Jolin, oh, God almighty. How do Villa get away with the spending they do and don't breach financial fair play? Another reported 150 million in the next transfer. Well, you see how much they got for Jack Grealish.
Yeah, they got 100
million. Wasn't it?
There you are. So they made a lot of money from the Jack Grealish deal. So I remember this used to be a family show. I call it White Trout. But there you are. Nice try, Joe Linton. There you are. Alex says Villa sold Grealish for 100 million. That helped with the financial fair play rules and their transfer budget. Well said, Alex. Well said.
I think Ginger's been clamped a few times tonight.
Paddy's a real player. Is he on about? I need to double check this.
I wouldn't, Peter. I just wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Whoa,
No.
wait a minute. No, Jolin's actually right. Noah Lang is a Dutch professional footballer who plays as a winger for the Belgian First Division side A-side club Club Brugge and the Netherlands international team. Right.
That's what I was wondering. You're like, nice try, Joe Linton. You proofread it. It's like, doesn't seem anything wrong with this name.
It's just I'm trying my best not to fall for these funny names anymore.
But it was like, there's a footballer called Sven Kums. You think, nah, surely not.
Oh yeah, he plays in Belgium too, I think.
Right? See, he's called Sven
I
Kums.
remember seeing that guy just from on FIFA as well.
Yeah,
I bet he was dripping, was he?
Yeah, I'm just trying not to fall for it now because you knew I fell for it one time. And you know who it was.
Mr. Pest. We basically fell for more Leicester and then said it was real.
Oh, I can't believe John still said, "Hey, can I ask you guys who is Molester?"
Oh, it's funny that, like.
I'm aware of him, like.
If you're aware of him, then you need to call the authorities.
He plays for Club Brugge. Yeah, I've just double checked it. When they come up, they release a squad to buy players. Check out they broke financial fair play rules before they came up. No profit in 4 years. Paddy was linked with Leeds last summer. Oh well, then. Unfortunately, we will hardly get any money from our sales this summer. We might not make a lot of money.
No.
He's a good dribbler. Patrick says, can ASM make this French squad for the World Cup?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he will, unfortunately.
I don't think he will this World Cup. No.
At least no one's got a penis suit on this, Drew.
Oh, wait a minute.
I was about to do that too.
Oh, God. Oh, you fucking waster, bruv.
That's what my comment was earlier. It said, you're a fucking waster. And an eggplant emoji.
Well, we've got pics of Chippers nearly getting it out on stream.
Noah Lang will be a good sign and skillful player who has a lot of potential, according to Joe Linton.
He's obsessed with Noah Lang, him. I mean,
that honestly sounds like a typical line of like, I pretend to know this player, but I've never seen him play.
No, Tudor says no to ASM. He doesn't think he'll go to the France squad this World Cup. It's about sales this summer. It's not about sales this summer. It's about freeing spaces. I mean, we've got still a lot of dead wood in that squad. So what I'll do is I'll ask each and every one of you which players do you think will be away in the summer. I'll start with you, Chippers.
Gillespie, Darlow, Kraft, possibly Manquillo, Dummett, Fernandez, hopefully both Longstaffs, Almiron, Gale. That's probably it. There's 10 there.
That's quite a few you've mentioned there. I mean, I think I would keep Manquillo as backup. I think I would like to keep him on, but possibly the rest, I think I would definitely happily move them on. Jason,
Jamal Lewis as well. As 11.
I think we should have given Jamal Lewis an opportunity. I just think at the minute, Dummett is made of glass at times.
Yep.
And he hasn't got the pace for a left back, out of contract in the summer as well. I think we need to move on.
The only ones out of contract is the Longstaffs, Fernandez, and Schär.
I'm pretty sure Dummett is.
I think Jeff Hendrick might
Those are the only 4 players.
Hendrick as well.
Go on Transfermarkt, and those are the 4 players that are free agents this summer.
Well, I'll just double check.
You can't.
No, apparently. Apparently, Dummett's contract is up in June. According
No
to
way.
NUFC.com, it is.
I know.
Yeah, because he only signed the 1 year one, didn't he, last year?
NUFC.com. Is it what?
Yeah, apparently, that's not a bad site to use as well. But apparently, yep.
Nice.
So these are the players so far that have come to the end of the contracts: Dummett, Fabian Schär, Target because it's a loan deal only at the moment. Sean Longstaff, but discussions for a new one, and that's it so far.
That website sounds completely wrong. I'm sorry. Transfer Martaz is the official one I
I
look
thought
for.
Shaw
free
was going to
agents.
get a contract extension.
There's talks
Yeah, there's
still
meant to be talks
for
about
new,
that.
Yeah, well, I'll go on to you, Jason. Players that you think need to be out the door or are looking unlikely to be out the door.
Quite a lot of them, really. You got Darlow, Gillespie. Probably keep Manquillo. Get rid of Kraft.
Yep.
Fernandez.
I mean, I feel sorry for Biff Fernandez because he's not.
I do. I thought he was one of our better defenders out of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
he's not getting the game.
he's not getting the game, and if you're not getting the game, you'd need to move him on to go to a new club.
I'd keep Lewis at left back probably as a backup because we don't know if we're going to make Target a permanent deal or not.
Mhm.
So we're going to need at least one left back because we can't be playing Richie. Richie would be one I'd move on as well.
Yeah, I've been a great servant, but
Richie.
again, time has now come to an end, isn't it? And we may get a little bit of money for him.
Hendrick,
Yeah.
Longstaffs,
Mm-hmm.
Gale,
Yeah.
Wood. I'd get rid of Wood. I'd get rid of Wood. Yeah.
I had a feeling you were going to say Chris Wood there, Jason. Archer, players you would like to get rid of or who are looking likely to leave in the side as well?
I think Darlow Gillespie will be going. Kraft,
Yep.
Kieran Clark.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's mentioned
yeah,
him yet.
Clark.
Aye.
Kieran Clark. Possibly Fernandez.
Yep.
Probably Dummett.
Yeah, I think being a great servant, but again, the injuries are really starting to catch up with him now.
I'd keep him as a coach.
That would
Jeff-
be a bad.
Jeff Hendrick.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. I'm thinking of Isaac Hayden.
Yes.
Ooh.
Again, I think he's been a great servant for us as well. But again, I think we'll get better now. So that's not a bad shout there, Archer.
Probably the Longstaffs, but obviously Sean Longstaff's probably getting a new contract, isn't he? Dwight Gale's got to go. That's about it so far. But if Gillespie and Darlow do go, my number one priority goalkeeper would have to be Dean Henderson as a backup.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, do we expect Dubravka to keep number one spot for choice next season?
I would say so. And then obviously you've got Dean Henderson, who's obviously he'll be fighting for his place. But then obviously you've got Freddie Woodman as well. You don't know what's gonna happen with Freddie Woodman.
Yeah, I think it's still too early for Premier League football for Freddie Woodman. I mean, he's played some of the games at the beginning of the season. Although I will not put it down to him for the goals going past him, it's down to our shite defense that was causing that to happen.
Aye, I'd bring Anthony from Ajax, the winger.
That's not bad.
That guy's quality.
Paddy Herrick's doing okay, QPR, but again, I think we'll move him on in the summer. after his.
And he
loss.
said he was doing crap.
Yeah, and
he's
he
the
said
Probably-
he's the championship like expert almost.
Apparently, QPR sacked the manager, isn't he? Apparently,
Really? Wow.
they haven't won in 10 games, so apparently they're going to sack them.
That's a strange one. Gary says he would move on Kraft, Darlow, Gale, Biggie, Matty Longstaff, Clark, and definitely are out. He thinks those two will be away.
The thing is, if Almiron does go in the summer, there's one player that could fill that spot, and that's
Isco.
no, not Isco. It's
Dembele.
no, he plays for Leon. He's
Paqueta.
Paqueta.
Oh, yeah, Paqueta.
yeah, him.
There you are. Well, Jolene agrees with you, Jason. 1 out 2.
Of course.
I've always got me wood out.
Ginger says Clark, Darlow, Kraft, Dummett, Biggie, Murphy. Wow, what's this? Lewis, both Longstaffs, Gale, Wood, and Jesus.
Who's
Fernandez.
Jesus Fernandez, right?
Jesus. Who's Jesus Fernandez? You mean Federico Fernandez?
I think
Remember
this
when
is-
we had-
and Jesus.
Remember when
Fernandez.
when about Jesus Gomez?
Unless he's on about
Oh,
Jeff
God.
Hendrick.
I think he left a long time ago. He's not part of
Jesus
this one
Gomez
anymore.
was that.
Your Linton says one needs to go ASAP. Next comment, I'm surprised no one's mentioned
Murphy.
Lascelles.
Lascelles.
But I think that's
Oh.
down to
Would
the
you
fact
get
that
rid
he
of him
wants
or
to
would
be
you
a
keep him
squad
as
player.
a backup?
Who would have him?
Not in a
He's
price
best
taking back.
going forward. The most he'll get is backup.
I think we should move Lascelles on as well. I mean, I think he'll be stripped off the captain's armband. I think someone like Trippier will get it next season because we've missed a leader out on the pitch and just Lascelles hasn't got it to be a leader anymore.
No, we're going to be Trippier, be the new captain.
Yeah, definitely. He's
So-
definitely showed his leadership qualities.
This is who I would like to move on in the summer. So, Darlow, Gillespie. I think Woodman will get another loan spell, I would admit. Kraft, Lascelles, Fernandez, and Kieran Clark. I would happily move Dummett on in the summer. The same with Matt Ritchie. In the midfield, I think Hendrick, when he comes back from his loan spell, Sean Longstaff, both the Longstaffs, because I just don't think they've got a future really at this club. Hayden's another one as well. Miggy is definitely another one as well. I would happily move on as well. I've not seen the final product at all from him this season. And Dwight Gale's definitely another one.
You'd keep Wood.
Apparently, Ryan's turned into a coat hanger. Or is that a.
What? No, it's my ceiling
It's a ceiling
fan.
fan.
I thought the ceiling
You
is
just had
like
a
a bloody
Sinclair,
fan.
dummy. You just had a
Is that a
Sinclair.
fan?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I haven't asked you, Ryan. Who's the players you would like to see leave, or who do you think, or who is likely to leave?
From my point of view, I'd get rid of Darlow. I
Yep.
said we should have sold him last summer when he had value.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'd get rid of Gillespie just because Woodman's on loan already. Kraft, Clark.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would say Lascelles, but he wouldn't be like as a backup. He would be okay,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously we need to move forward. So yeah, I'd get rid of him.
Yep.
Paul Dummett, Isaac Hayden, both Longstaffs.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ritchie,
Yep.
Chris Wood, Almiron. I think I'm leaning towards Jacob Murphy, but I think he's got another season to prove himself.
Could well be. I've said not to let Jacob Murphy go. The way St. Teams make claims about where we're going to finish, I think we need 25 new signings. It's an agent squad. Even Shelby do you think Shelby could be replaced next summer?
No,
Yeah.
keep
No.
Keep Shelby.
I mean, we could be looking for better.
I think Ginger's got out something there. Like, I feel like with Bruno coming in, I feel like it's slowly coming to the end for Shelby. I feel like.
Yeah. Yes, Lascelles. We've got 2 decent centre midfield mids and Willock. So you're all keeping Lewis. I think Lewis should have been given him more of an opportunity.
Yeah,
I think you should have, but I think if we're going to sign Target, then I think you'll get rid of him.
the thing is, in a regular football club at high level, in my opinion, you need to have 2 left backs, 2 right backs for a whole season. If you have like 3 left backs or 3 right backs, which in case we have it's all right, but it's not ideal. It's all right now because we got one of them injured, so it's 2.
Ginger
What's
says
up
he
with
would.
Jason? What's up with Jason? Just start laughing.
Ginger says he would have Lafont, Alban Lafont from Nantes.
Albert.
He's the captain for.
Don't know anything about him.
What's Jason laughing at? I just see him laughing away to himself.
This is he singing.
Oh, it was just the song that was on the telly.
I think I will wait to see what the club and manager do over the summer, rather than speculate on getting kicked out of curb. Is Clark not off to the USA? It's been rumored he could go there. Alex says Lucas Paqueta. That's it. Yep, Paqueta will be one of my main targets according to Gary. Patrick Schick could be a player to try and buy before the World Cup. A young, dangerous forward.
He's being linked with so many clubs at the minute.
Taggy says Kieran Clark needs to go. Absolutely 100%. He's cost us so many points this season. Davey says Ryan sleeping. We need a leader brought in central midfielder to help Joe and Bruno assistant captain. Yep. If Mason says if there's any players from relegated clubs you would have in the summer, who would you have? Wow.
Ismail Assar.
Probably just Saw. I wouldn't really have anybody else.
I wouldn't take anyone from Norwich, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take anyone from Burn either.
You wouldn't take Maxwell Cornet?
Oh, he's a cracking player.
I'd take Maxwell Cornet.
Taggy says, don't forget next season clubs will be able to use 5 subs, absolutely. Ginger says I put Murphy because we need a free scoring inverted winger like Rafinha type.
Yes.
We don't have. That's not a bad. Alex says Florian Grilsic, my pick as a centre defensive midfielder. Free transfer from Hoffenheim, 26 years old and great on the ball and the passing. Bruno to sit next to Grilsic. Then we buy either Paqueta or Coutinho as a number 10.
I think I'll go for
I was talking to Alex about that. I was talking about that with Alex today. Like, if we get the system right, I'd definitely take Coutinho because he's way better than Almiron. And, like, he's levels above most of our attack, to be honest. Even at 30, well, coming up to 30 years old, I'd take him.
Yeah, absolutely. I was right. That Ajax Greenbridge, he's a top talent and a young player. There's top player and their top player Anthony.
Well, I heard Gravenberch is supposed to sign a contract with Bayern. He's got like a year left, but I'd definitely take Anthony. 100%.
Patrick says Christian Atsu is done all right. Now he left definitely in the summer, didn't he?
Yeah, his contract. Yeah, his contract terminated. Yeah.
Yeah, by all the counts, the whole squad will be good as the list of incoming by streamers is endless. Like that idea, Alex. He's the most informed keeper guys in Europe.
Who, Lafont? Oh yeah, Luka Jovic too. I'd take because Mbappe goes to Madrid. There's no way he gets time.
He's not, man. He's coming to Newcastle. Mbappe likes Bridges, man.
Do you see that video with him and Griezmann?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Griezmann's coming now. He's a Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Gary says he would have Saw from Watford. I think I would. Mason said he would have Sargent from Norwich.
No, not Josh Sargent.
Sargent.
Who would it? If you signing players from a team that's bottom of the fucking league, then you're fucking going to levels.
Of our 4 players, why would you want to have him? He's Von Weasley.
I'd rather have Josh General.
Mason says he would take Corey and Weghorst and possibly Dwight McNeil. And, wow, Dwight McNeil's not a bad player as well.
What was that, Peter? Oh, wow.
I don't think Dwight McNeil's a bad player from Burnley as well.
We've had two players from Burnley, Wood and Hendrick, both shit.
Pookie won't stay at Norwich in the summer. No, I don't think he will.
Yeah, he's not coming to us.
Feels like it also signing to me for some reason.
I feel like Nunes goes to Arsenal.
Yeah, look what happened.
I feel like Darwin Nunes goes there.
Ginger says, yes, Chippers, she's our next manager. Oh, God.
Yeah, Griezmann is going to be the next manager. He's going to sign Mbappe at 50-year-old and all that, and we can't win everything.
This is the problem. Fans still act like Ashley is here, think bigger. Well, there'll be some signings in the summer.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's all about the wage structure, too. I don't want to sign Ousmane Dembele for free when he's on, 400K. He signs, he's on 400K. And what happens if he does fuck all during games? The players are going to be pissed. They're going to say, this guy's doing nothing. He's doing fuck all for the team. He's getting paid this much. Look how much I'm getting paid.
Taggy says he would rather have Ronald McDonald than Sargent. Does Ron Reesey play for Gryffindor?
No, he plays for he plays for
Joel, you've got to be joking here. You wouldn't have
my God.
We've already had him.
We already had him, We had him in the championship.
Oh, God.
He went to Norwich from us.
He's a Scottish Harry Maguire, just a huge
Mason
head.
says he would have Pedro from Watford. He's not a bad player as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we give Fraser a big wage on the free.
But he's probably, I'm sure Ryan Fraser.
I'm sorry, but he doesn't understand. We didn't give Ryan Fraser 100, 200, 300, 400 grand a week.
No, my point is with the wages too is that you gotta have everyone equal pay, so there's no dressing room like diversity or whatever. We don't want that.
Unrest.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's not like John Sinclair's Man U when you've got Ronaldo on £500,000 a week, and you've got someone else on 100 grand a week. There's 400 grand difference.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, guys, we've now come to the end of the show.
Time for open.
We don't need Grant Hanley back. You've had a Sinclair there. Sorry, Jolene, you've had a Sinclair there. We don't need Grant Hanley back.
You might as well ask Darryl Murphy as well if you're at it.
Gary says you could get Dembele with a large signing on fee and reduce his wages.
Well, can't he be free transfer?
Yeah, I'd take Dembele if he's willing to reduce his wages, but
just says if the wages add up to what he would have cost, I don't see the problem is balance the books according to Ginger. Not a bad.
Well, that means you'd have to offer new contracts to all our players.
Jolene, he's not the mighty Hanley. You've had a Sinclair. But anyway, guys, we've come.
You know who I'd take back?
Who?
Nabil Bentaleb.
Oh.
Right, you've got to be joking me.
You filthy bastard.
Really?
Shall be clipping that for the next video.
Are you serious? You would take Bentaleb back?
Yeah, he's the best.
Ryan, why? Why would you have Nabil Bentaleb back at this football club?
I'm joking. Calm down.
I'll cut that bit out in the edit.
No, you're gonna clip me out of context and UFC.
I think Jason's gonna make you another Sinclair moment.
Oh my God!
Yes. I'm gonna be clipping that with the title. Ryan wants Bentaleb.
Bentaleb.
Oh, Mason says, what about Emmanuel Dennis from Watford? I'm not too sure. I don't know. But anyway, guys, as I mentioned, we've come to the end. So what we'll do is we'll get score predictions for tomorrow's game against Spurs. Start off with you, Ryan.
1-1.
1-1. Who's getting the goal for Newcastle?
It's going to be the It's going to be the Arsenal man, Joe Willock.
Very interesting. Thank you very much, Ryan.
See you later.
See you for the last part of the show. Archer, I know you said on Paul's show, but we'll get our mind for those who have not seen your score prediction yet.
2-2.
Who's got the goals?
St. Maximin, but I also like to see Dan Burn to get his first goal.
Fair enough. Because did you not say Chris won in Paul's show?
Yes, you did, didn't you?
I did, but now I fancy Dan Burn. Or even Martin Dubravka.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow. That came right out there.
Yeah, you got him.
Oh, shit. That just came
I shall clip that and all.
Oh, shite. That was me bloody with rum and coke, for fuck's sake. Hey, Jesus Christ. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. Anyway, good to see you. Hey, God. Right, Jason.
Oh, God. I'm going 2-1 win.
2-1. Who's got the goals for Newcastle?
I'm going to go Joe Linton and Shelby.
Oh, wow. Very interesting. Thank you very much, Jason. Please do subscribe to Keep It a Tune if you haven't already done so. Thank you very much, Jason. Hope to see you again. Chippers.
Heart says 1-1, Head says 2-1 defeat. And the goal will be Joe Linton.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Chippers.
See you next week.
We'll see you next time. Thank you very much for tonight, guys. I'll just rattle through these last comments. Patrick says 1-1. Olin and I give up on you without playing sanity, saying Mighty Handy's not Mighty Handy. 1-1. 2-1 Newcastle. Trippier playing? Not yet. I wouldn't say Trippier will be fit just yet. So, but anyway, guys, thanks very, very much for tonight. Definitely, it's been another blast of a show. So, do keep an eye out for my quick thoughts after the Spurs game. I'll be doing player ratings as well. And I'm also going to do another match day vlog for the Newcastle United women tomorrow against Liverpool because it's a big game tomorrow up at Druid Park. Feel free to get yourselves along there as well. If you're not planning to go to the Spurs game, it's £3 entry at Druid Park. Cheer on the Newcastle United women. Let's hope they get promotion because they deserve it. If they beat Liverpool tomorrow, they've got an almighty chance. So there you are. But anyway, guys, again, thank you very much for tonight. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe again if you are new to the channel as well. And thank you very much for your super chats, your comments in the live chat as well. Definitely drop your comments in when this video comes out as well. Definitely. So there you are. Indeed. Thank you very much, guys, for tonight. See you all later. Good night. Take care.